Metro Vancouver is future-proofing the facilities we all depend on, as population growth and climate change brings fresh challenges to critical regional systems. New construction, upgrades to existing infrastructure, planning, and maintenance projects were all part of those efforts in 2019. The Anasis Wastewater Treatment Plant is already Metro Vancouver's largest liquid waste treatment plant. It's also home to the biggest wastewater facility expansion in the region's history. Population growth and seismic resiliency safeguards are driving ongoing work such as this primary effluent channel bypass, part of the larger $538 million Stage 5 expansion and new outfall. The South Surrey Interceptor project brought national recognition to Metro Vancouver's Liquid Waste Department in 2019, winning the Tunneling Association of Canada's Project of the Year award.
The project is the South Surrey Interceptor, Johnson Road section, Phase 2. Well, this project's unique because it's the largest diameter pipe installed via microtunnel. It's the largest in Canada, and as far as we know, the largest in North America for this methodology of tunneling.
The South Surrey Interceptor's capacity will be deployed to move wastewater flows from future projects, such as the twinning of the Crescent Beach Force Main.
We've spaced the boreholes approximately 100 meters apart, and that will allow us to gather sufficient information to characterize the soil column, and essentially we can use this information to determine soil properties, which will feed into the civil design.
The historic Twin Bridges site in the Lower Seymour Conservation Reserve now has a new, higher, and longer crossing over the Seymour River. The long-anticipated suspension bridge reconnects the popular Twin Bridges and Fisherman's Trail, replacing the previous pedestrian bridge, which was removed after the December 2014 Seymour River rockslide. In the Water Department, work on 2 supply tunnels is underway. Construction has begun on the second Narrows water supply tunnel, while preliminary work for the Stanley Park water supply tunnel was ongoing throughout the year.
We've done 6 boreholes throughout the alignment of where the proposed tunnel will be, and we will use this information to design the tunnel, to figure out how deep we need to put it, and what sort of supports have to go in place, and also what type of equipment we'll use to excavate the tunnel.
South of the Fraser, the new Jericho Reservoir is under construction, with Phase 1 scheduled for completion in 2020.
It's important to have a new reservoir in this neighborhood in order to meet the growing demand of this local area. The reservoir will also be used to help us supply water downstream to areas like Surrey during peak demand.
Looking forward, planning for future capital projects, such as the new Iona wastewater treatment plant, included opportunities for fresh perspectives from Indigenous voices and a chance to build new relationships.
We are their closest neighbors, and in fact, probably the most impacted by any decision that happens over there.
Housing supply remains a critical issue in our region. This spring, Metro Vancouver will be completing Phase 1 of a 3-phase development at Heather Place. Phase 1 of Heather Place redevelopment is providing 67 new affordable rental units. Phase 2 will provide 87 new affordable rental units.
The common areas include an amenity space that is for use of the community, as well as a car share and a bike share program. There are 4 fully accessible units, as well as all units are adaptable, so they're meant for living in place, and the units can be converted to a more accessible space.
Metro Vancouver's solid waste handling capabilities are also getting an upgrade. 2019 saw initial ground clearing work underway for the new Surrey Recycling and Waste Drop-Off facility, scheduled to open in 2021. While in Coquitlam, the new transfer station is well into the construction phase. This facility replaces the existing transfer station with a new location and design, offering improved waste handling and traffic management.
We're at the west edge of the transfer building pad, and this material here is bottom ash that started out as trash but was incinerated at the waste energy facility in South Burnaby. And in this case has been put to work a second time, and it's being used to construct the ground features that are needed for this facility.
Regional park staff piloted an innovative way of testing for the presence of amphibian species at risk. The new method, called environmental DNA, simply involved gathering creek samples from Lynn Headwaters Regional Park. The samples were then sent to a lab at the University of Victoria for DNA analysis. And the experiment was successful, as the lab confirmed that 2 at-risk frog species live in Lynn Headwaters.
It's way less invasive than traditional methods such as catching and trapping animals, which is particularly important with species at risk because we want to cause the least impact to them possible. It's also less labor intensive. We just need some water.
Visit Metro Vancouver at metrovancouver.org for more major project updates in 2020.